Hi everyone, welcome to the video, and in today's video I'm going to look at the market and what you can expect during the week and what you can, how you can play it, what's gonna come up, and which stocks are in play, which instruments are in play, and what can you do to plan it strategically, right? Remember we talked about it in the first video, how to play the markets strategically. So let's get into it and take a look at the screen. So let's take a look at a couple of stocks. So we can see Google, Amazon, Twitter, Tesla, Facebook, IBM, Microsoft. So all the tech stocks, for example, have had a good run. If you take a look at Google, it had a good run up, right? You can see on the chart. IV rank, this means volatility. Volatility is still pretty decent, so volatility hasn't left the market. It's still trading in its high range, so it's only down 300, around 300 since its peak. I think this is the peak, all lifetime peak actually. Yep. That's the lifetime peak, and so it's a pretty good candidate for a sell in my opinion because it's already had a run up the past tail of the past week, so you can expect that to continue, and it goes as well for all the rest of the stocks here. Amazon, right, also had its peak, right, and it's even more oversold, I would say, since last week. So this would be a good sell candidate as well. Twitter has been trading in a down range. So Twitter I would play neutrally. I wouldn't sell necessarily. Neutrally and a little bit to the long side. So that's my suggestion personally for Twitter. So let's take a look at Tesla, TSLA. So Tesla is also trading in its higher range, so I would play it very carefully as well because it's already had a run up. You can see since last week it's gone down from the lows of 700, and then now it's trading in the 900s. So it had a decent run up. I would definitely sell it at this range because it's not that far away from its all-time high peak of 1243. So those are some of the tech stocks. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the futures, right? So E-mini S&Ps, and it pretty much captures the whole feel of the last week. It had a run up, right? It's a good candidate for a sell as well, in my opinion, because it's already had a nice move up in the tail end of last week, and that goes for all the rest of the major futures like Nasdaq, E-mini S&Ps, the Russell 5000, Russell 2000, right? Whatever you play, RTY, for example, right? Russell E-mini Futures 2000 index. Actually, Russell, I'm long Russell because it's just been trading in such a low range this past year. Even last year, it hasn't really made much progress, right? It's kind of been up and down. I'm a little bit long, that's my personal opinion, of course, but it's also in this high range. It's trading in its high range. So if you want, probably a good idea to sell it. I'm gonna close my position next week, and I'll probably look at something neutral or selling. I won't be long it anymore because it's already had a good run up, as you can see in 3 years on this chart. So let's take a look at the commodities. Oil, like crude oil, as we know, it's down from its highs of 130. It's now 105. I would definitely sell that. It's already off its lows. It's made a run up, but then again, You never know what's gonna happen, so of course, this is just my opinion. But just based on the simple tactic of buy low, sell high, I would sell high out. This I consider it's high, so I'll definitely sell it. Same goes for the natural gas, NG as a symbol. Natural gas, actually, it's trading in its kind of this mid-range. I wouldn't necessarily buy it or sell it. Maybe slightly on the downside and stay like in the middle. So I'll definitely sell premium in this future. Gold. Gold is also trading in its high range. It's definitely very high for gold. It hasn't seen this range since early 2000s. Just before the crash, I think it was like over $2,000. So definitely a seller of gold at this range if you are trading it. But of course, don't trade the future, trade the ETF, which is GLD, one of them, right? Silver, pretty much, I'm actually long silver. It hasn't really made any gains or progress. So I'm long silver at this range, but it's also trading in a high range. So anywhere from neutral to a slightly lower delta position is a good call in this future. So next week, I don't know if we have any news, so let's talk about that. We have some earnings coming up, right? Nike is reporting earnings, Adobe, Tencent, nobody trades that, nobody cares. On Wednesday, we'll get a new home sales update, which we all know is low inventory. University of Michigan will release a consumer sentiment index. Nobody cares about that. So yeah, couple of earnings, Nike, you've got Adobe, you've got Trip.com, you can trade that. It's easy trade. Home sales, sinking sentiment, as of course we see a sentiment, right, because of everything that's going on, all the events. So yeah, that's the market update next week. Hope you enjoyed this analysis, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.